New developments now in the investigation into Fulton County DA Fani Willis.
Today, an attorney for one of former President Trump's co-defendants testified. Atlanta News First anchor and attorney Joy Lim-Nakrin is following the latest. Joy.
Alan and Tracy, attorney Ashley Merchant testified in front of the state Senate committee who is investigating Willis. Merchant is the first person to be subpoenaed to testify before this committee. Her court filing revealed the bombshell allegations of an affair between Willis and special prosecutor Nathan Wade. Willis and Wade, of course, are prosecuting a sprawling election interference case against Mr. Trump and his co-defendants, including Michael Roman, who is represented by Ms. Merchant. It is important to note, though, that today's hearing is separate from the disqualification hearings to decide whether Ms. Willis actually stays on the case. So that issue is decided solely by a Fulton County Superior Court judge.
I don't see a way in which Ashley Merchant's testimony today in front of the Senate hearing has an impact on whether or not Ms. Willis will be disqualified. However, such a unique opportunity for an attorney to then testify and basically get to explain on a national level to potential jurors and anyone interested in the case what it is she was trying to prove during that hearing.
Ms. Merchant is expected to continue her testimony tomorrow. As for whether Ms. Willis will continue prosecuting the election interference case, a decision on that is expected within the next 2 weeks.